Happy Monday. Welcome back to another vlog. So the theme of this vlog is going to be some cozy days in my life, getting cozy with me. So I've seen a lot of vlogs that are like morning routines or night routines to help fight like the winter blues or to help settle into the time change and things like that. And I'm not interested in resisting. I'm not interested in fighting. I sort of just want to lean into the coziness of winter and all that it has to offer. So I'm talking puzzles, making cookies, drinking warm tea, getting cozy little writing environments with blankets and sweaters and all of that good stuff. So that's what you can expect in this vlog. So it is already about 4:30 in the afternoon. This morning I woke up and I got straight to writing and then had to head over to campus for the writing center and then had to come home and have a Zoom meeting where I'm working with some folks to put together a proposal for the Computers in Writing conference, which is due in a few days. So we got that all squared away and I feel like I've had a long day. So I'm going to lay in my bed and read my cute little Christmas themed rom-com book and probably put my heating pad on and just chill out for a few hours. Okay, it is 6:30 now. Got all the cookies, rolls, and put in the freezer, and the ones that we want for tonight in the fridge because these cookies are just the best when they're fresh. And I have therapy at 7 o'clock, so I'm gonna take these next 30 minutes or so just to like chill out, sort of gather my thoughts for what I want to talk about tonight. And I'm gonna work on this puzzle. It is a Harry Potter puzzle. My sisters got it for me for Valentine's Day, so a very long time ago. And I told myself I wouldn't work on it until I finished all the books. So if you're new here, I read all the Harry Potter books for the first time this year and it was magical. So I feel like this is just like a good little way to, I don't know, end 2023 with a little Harry Potter puzzle because that was like probably the highlight of my entire year, was reading those books for the first time. They changed the trajectory of my life. I could go on and on about how incredible they were. Anyway, let's work on this puzzle, decompress a little bit, and get ready for a therapy session. Therapy's done. It's always hard, but I'm always better for it. Okay, it is 9:30. Megan and I just finished watching Real Housewives of Potomac. We ate some Caesar salads with like chickpeas and pasta noodles for dinner. And then I baked the chocolate chip cookies and they were delicious. It's also National Cookie Day, so it felt pretty on brand. But I am going to get into bed, a nice early bedtime. And tomorrow morning I'm gonna get after it with my dissertation because I have a dissertation writing group. But tomorrow I'm hoping to talk a little bit more about my research. I have a really good article to work through that I'm really excited about, and I am seeing the light at the end of the tunnel with this chapter, as I've been saying for like a month now, but turning it in on Friday, whether it's done or not. Good morning. Happy Tuesday. Clearly in bed. My cramps are making me fight for my life this morning, so we're taking it easy. I just went downstairs, made my coffee right there, and I'm going to read my book just to like warm up for the day. It's already after 9 o'clock. I've been up since like 7, and I went ahead, got on a Zoom call, and like I threw on a sweater and made myself look somewhat presentable, and started the dissertation writing group Zoom call, but I'm back in bed and I'm like, I gotta chill out for a second before I can get after things. I have a meeting with my advisor today, so that's gonna be like my #1 priority. And I want to get work and writing done on the dissertation, but I gotta feel better before I do that. Okay, it's 10:50. Pirelli and I have been cuddling and reading, and she's just the best. very, very grateful for a flexible schedule that lets me set my own hours and lets me work from wherever I want to work from. And that is like the #1 reason I am staying in academia. Making some more protein pancakes for breakfast today and adding chocolate chips. Okay, just finished up my Zoom call for the dissertation writing group, and I think I'm just gonna take like a full body everything shower, get nice and cozy and clean, use my Christmas scented exfoliating body scrub, which I just love so much, elevates the shower experience. And then I think I'll be like in a mindset where I'm like ready to go, ready to get to work for the day. Okay, I finished blow drying my hair just with the Shark Flex style, which I absolutely love, but I'm trying to get a new attachment for it, which is like a frizz fighter, which is like a finishing touch-up tool, just because I feel like it leaves it, I don't know, not as like smooth as it could. And the attachment's like 30 bucks, but it's out of stock at Sephora, so I input my email to notify me when it's back. Anyway, wearing this really comfy, cozy little lounge set, and my meeting with my advisor is in 10 minutes. I feel nervous for it because I feel like I should have had this chapter submitted a month ago, but I'm gonna tell him that my plan is to submit it to him Friday, and I want an idea of what the rest of his schedule looks like for the semester, because hopefully he could give me really quick feedback. But yeah, that's the plan for the next hour or two. Okay, the meeting with my advisor is done, and I'm thinking of this meme that I sent Megan. I can insert it on the screen now, but basically I just feel like bowing because I somehow made it through that whole meeting with nothing to talk about, but I took up the whole 45 minutes. So yeah, I feel relieved that it's done. I'm just feeling like really low energy and a little sleepy. Megan went to Starbucks and she brought me back a medicine ball tea, and it's so cozy and good. But I'm gonna make myself a little cozy writing environment and force myself to at least read through a couple articles and take some notes. These are like the last ones that I need to read through before I can work on like making the edits to this dissertation chapter. I told my advisor I'm going to submit it to him on Friday, and he said that's actually a really good day for him. He thinks he'll have time this weekend or like early next week to look at it and give me edits. I also was just like, can you like be nice? And he was like, well, I'll give you great comments if you give me great writing. And I was like, oh my gosh, we have like a very like good like joking relationship, so I didn't feel like a lot of pressure, but I was like, I just want to be done, so let's just make this done. It just needs to be fine. And he was like, okay, I get that. So hopefully he actually does understand that when he gives me some comments. Sometimes he just has like really high expectations for things, and this isn't going to be great work because I'm so over this chapter. It also like has to be done with all the edits and everything by the second week of January, because I'm applying for a fellowship and you need to have a chapter of the dissertation done. Then we also just talked quite a bit about the job market, and I was like, what are jobs like looking for? Can you like show me like a peek behind the curtain of what it's like when you're on like a committee? What do you look at first? Like a CV, a teaching statement. And he explained some of that, so that was like just like really good to know, but also like maybe really anxious at the same time, knowing that I'm gonna be on the job market in the fall, which is like less than a year away, and I want to have like the vast majority of my dissertation done. So it's just like scary things to think about. Anyway, let's set up the cozy environment and read an article or two, and then maybe I'll feel inspired to do some writing. It's 5:51. I finished reading my 2 articles and I did some writing, so I'm proud of myself for that. This was the article that I had started a few days ago, or I guess just yesterday, and then I finished up today. Let me go to the homepage. Actually, this is the homepage. So it's published in Kairos, which is an online journal, and it's really cool because every like article in this journal is its own web text, so it like links you out to like a new website, and they're all like really interactive. So you click these different social media, for this web page in particular, you click these different social media links and it takes you to like basically what would be like a different section of her article. and they all sort of like correspond to what it's talking about. But basically this article was focused on rhetorical awareness of the rhetorical situation, how students demonstrate that with their social media practices. And she did a large-scale survey, an interview with a bunch of first-year writing students, and basically asked them a bunch of questions about like what do they think about when they are posting online. And it was really interesting. I was particularly interested in how she talks about audience awareness, because that's what's really useful for the writing I'm doing right now. Okay, putting my coat on. It's 38 degrees, or feels like 38 degrees, and raining. How it's been for the past like week, it feels like. And I'm gonna go to Kroger because we forgot like taco seasoning mostly for tacos tonight, and there was a bit of a mishap with Megan's interpretation of my grocery list, but that's probably on me, not on her. So let's go get a couple things. I really don't like going to the store when it's dark out, but that's the way it's gonna be today. Okay, here's my stuff from Kroger. Didn't get a whole bunch. Got some more Caesar dressing because we used the last of it last night in our salads. Milk, because I like almond milk, fine, but in Frosted Flakes, I want real milk because the milk at the end is the best part. And then in here, more croutons, chickpeas, taco seasoning, and then just some poppies. I wanted to get stuff to make a fun mocktail, but I didn't feel like looking up a recipe. Do you want a treat? Yeah? Should I give you a treat? Okay, Purr. Okay, Purr. You want a treat? Sit. Sit. Good job. Good job, Purr. Off to the dentist. Let's hope I don't have any cavities. We're back. No cavities. Love to hear it. Hello, happy Wednesday. Yes, it's Wednesday. Lighting's a little funky today just because it's been like gray and gloomy for the past couple days, and like the sun is trying to come out, but it's like still gray and gloomy, but it's fitting the theme of a cozy sort of week in my life, so I'm not too mad about it. But like I mentioned, I went to the dentist this morning. My appointment was at 9:50, so I could have woken up early and got some work done, but I was like, what if I just like take a nice little slow morning, or read my book for fun, really like savor my coffee, and then head over to the dentist. So that was a good plan. I feel sort of like rested, relaxed, and I have to go to campus to work at the writing center at 1 o'clock. So I have a couple hours between then and now, and I'm gonna get some stuff done just like around the house, washing my sheets, doing some laundry, and I should probably take a shower, stuff like that. So then when I get back from work tonight, I'm really gonna grind. I feel like I should feel maybe a little bit more anxious about the fact that I'm turning this draft in on Friday, but for some reason I'm like, yeah, I got it. And typically it's like that anxiety that like motivates me to do work. So I'm a little worried that I don't have it, but maybe that means that I don't need it and there's not that much more to be done. Or maybe I just really want this chapter to be done and I care less than ever. Who knows? Either way, let's make my bed, finish up this laundry, just clean up a little bit around here. Okay, it's much later now. It is already about 4:30. I somehow dawdled my way into being in a rush to leave for the writing center, so I didn't like check in, put the cozy outfit. But I've been like loving the little like workout headbands over the years. It's like a little cold girl to keep you warm moment. I'm sure I'll look back at this in like 3 years and be like, that was literally so embarrassing, horrible fashion trend. But for now, I like it. Treating at the writing center was a lot of work because it was 3 back-to-back appointments that went like the full hour long, so I didn't have much of a break, but they were all really interesting and it felt like really productive work. It was just like a lot. So I'm gonna need to like really channel this dissertation writing for this evening, but I've been mentally preparing for it all day. But first things first, I think I'm gonna go to the nail salon because I got a dip manicure when I was back home for Thanksgiving breaks like 3 weeks ago, and it started cracking and then this part started chipping, and like I've never had dip before, but like I can't stop messing with it, so I just like really need to get it off. It's also like growing out. There was chrome powder over it, it peeled off, so I just really need to get it off. Gel I can like sort of like manhandle and peel off, but dip, like it's on there. So let's get it off. Okay, an hour and a half later, got a new dip manicure. Don't know how that happened, but here I am. Didn't just get it taken off, got a new one. I called ahead and asked if they were gonna be busy at that time, and they were like, oh, you could come in just to get it removed. And so like, oh, you just want it taken off? And they're like, do you want a new one? And I was like, well, do you guys like have time and someone available? And they were like, yeah. So here we are. And I told myself it would be a nice little way to like relax before, let me shut these blinds, having to like get to work this evening. But sometimes manicures and pedicures aren't relaxing to me. The guy who did it was just like way more like aggressive than I wanted him to be. And I don't know, I was eavesdropping on these old ladies' conversation the entire time. So I wasn't necessarily relaxed, but they look good, just did Mod About You. And I realized like maybe I should have done a Christmassy red, but I don't know. I love a good old classic pink. So it's time to get to work. It's 6:15. I think I'm gonna eat some dinner first. I thought that I might cook tonight, but I think I'm just gonna eat some leftovers, and then I'm gonna get in there. It's time to get to editing. Editing is hard because it means like rereading stuff that you wrote a long time ago and try not to hate yourself the entire time. Okay, 7:29. Another little cozy setup in the office. This is a decaf chai. I just have the concentrate and I mix it with some milk to do like a little latte moment. And I'm putting in my Ember mug because why not? I want to keep it warm. I'm going to be here a minute doing some work. A little blanket, change out of my outside clothes, have Pirelli. Whenever she sees this blanket, she's like, gotta have it. I'm all over it. Let's do it.
Merry Christmas, baby. Reindeer's coming out to play. Santa Claus is packing the presents, making sure you've been behaving okay.
Okay, it's 10:13. I have semantic lists of what I need to accomplish tomorrow and Friday in order to reach all my goals, and which is like submitting the chapter. And now I'm starting to get like that anxiety that I was looking for, but that's good because this is what's going to motivate me. I had a little bit of a break where Megan came home from the writing center. We caught up. She gave me a cookie. I finished my decaf chai, and I feel like I'm at a good stopping point. Obviously, lots to do, but this is a good stopping point, and I'm feeling like it's gonna be able to get done, and it's gonna be what it is. But I'm excited to sleep in some clean, cozy sheets tonight. I don't have it in me to take a full shower, so I'm just gonna wash my face, take off my makeup, and have a nice, cozy bedtime reading my Christmas book. Good morning. It is 8:27 a.m. It's writing day. It's like when runners are like, it's marathon day, it's race day, baby. It's writing day, baby. It's nothing like that. It's not nearly as physically exhausting or as truthfully insane, but it's my version of it. Okay, it's 10:20. Finished up the first shift of writing for the morning. Wrote for a little under 2 hours and close to like an hour and a half. But that's okay. I feel good about the start that I've made. I pulled back this notepad and I'm just chipping away at all these little tasks. The first thing I need to do is to reorganize a section that I have. It's like the literature review on embodied composition, and I also needed to like add a new paragraph to like help transition to literature review. So I added that paragraph, and I have like worked. That was a pillow that fell, and I thought it was Pirelli that just fell and was lying there. Oh my gosh. Anyway, that was wild. I worked on reorganizing the beginning of it. So now I just need to reorganize the middle and the end. And I think there's like one new section that I want to add to that literature review. And then I can move on to the next task from here. Made breakfast, cleaned up breakfast, showered, threw in some quick makeup just so I could feel some sort of put together. and cleaned up a little bit. Got another load of laundry started, which you might be able to hear in the background of this. Time to start my second shift.
Every Christmas, honey, yeah, the snowman's dusting off his hat, putting on the show for everybody.
So as I'm revising this literature review on embodied rhetoric and embodied composition, I'm going back to one of the articles by Abby Knobloch. She like laid the foundation. She is the blueprint for embodied rhetoric. She's like the reason why I'm able to even write a dissertation about this. And I really just want to read a quote from it because it's like incredible. And I feel like I often get like positive responses on YouTube when I read quotes. So she says, like, as a justification of like why bodies matter and why they shouldn't be erased in our scholarly conversations and just like in the way that we think about writing. And she says, because whether or not I imagine myself to be a unified Cartesian subject or a shifting, slippery, postmodern amalgamation of discourses, someone walks the dog in the morning. Someone looks back at me in the mirror. This body, my body, has been cut into, has had violence inflicted upon it, has inflicted violence upon others, has been ignored and silenced, has been touched and celebrated. This body, my body, moves through this particular world visually marked as white, overweight, and female. In less obvious ways, it is marked by class and assumed heterosexuality. This is how I am often read, and in turn, this is how I often read. So I turn to embodied rhetoric because one body cannot stand in for another, constructed or not, as lived experiences in a specific body help shape the ways in which that body, that person, makes sense of the world. Mic drop. Incredible. Chef's kiss. Everything. Fantastic. 2:42, had to take a little break, get some Starbucks. Already ate my tomato mozzarella panini. I checked on the app and the closed Starbucks was out, so I had to go to the far Starbucks, but the weather is actually beautiful outside. I'm wearing shorts. It's like a little cold for shorts, but for a drive-thru it was fine. And then I just got a caramel macchiato. I haven't gotten one of these in a while, but none of the holiday drinks are like speaking to me right now, maybe because it's warmer out, and it's hitting. It's what I need to get the rest of my work done. Shifted gears in the office now. Third shift. Let's go. Okay, it's 4:30. Just laid down. My brain is feeling like it really, really needs a break. I got through a lot of the stuff on my list. I'm super proud of myself. This is like the hardest I've like powered through writing in a while. I don't even know how long. Feels like I'm at coursework again, trying to write a seminar paper. But I feel good about this being a stopping point. I don't think I'm done for the day though. I have a meeting at 5 o'clock, so I was like, okay, let me like take a little break before that. But I'm thinking that it's like just a camera off meeting, and then I can maybe like fold some laundry while I do it. It's for the writing center. It's like a training session about like information literacy. I think it's from one of the librarians. But anyway, the stuff that I have left to work on before I get into just like revising everything, like proofreading and like cleaning everything up, involves some like really heavy lifting and like deep thinking, and I'm gonna need a break before I get into that. So that's what this is for. 9 o'clock now. Gonna do my final shift for the day of writing, and then hopefully finish everything up tomorrow. I thought for sure I would be in a space where I was like, yeah, I can finish everything on Friday, but it's gonna come down to the wire. It's 11 o'clock. I'm gonna take my makeup off, go to bed, and hope that I can finish this up tomorrow. I had to sleep in this morning. It's gray. I was tired. It was needed. I'm gonna go downstairs, read this book for a little bit. Just got back from my first Orange Theory class with Megan.
Vlog, aren't you so proud of her?
It was a lift class, a strength class, so there was like no running or nothing too intense, but my legs are jello, and it's like immediately after, so I'm so scared for tonight and tomorrow.
I did have this shower thought. Remember how I was after my first Orange Theory class?
Megan was physically sick.
I don't think it'll be that bad for you, because of like you do PT and stuff, but
did.
So yeah, did you tell the vlog what you thought? She did great.
No, this is the first time I'm actually talking. I like that you could set your own pace. I like that she was like, okay, 15 minutes for these 4 exercises. You can like divvy that up however you want. I like how you could choose whatever weights you want for these different exercises, and I let them know that like I have a foot issue, and so she modified some of the exercises for me. I didn't have to do like a squat jump because jumping really hurts. And it was like almost all women in the class, so, except for that one guy who happened to be next to Megan.
That's typically how it is, which, you know, we like as well. We like the gals.
We do. And I walked in and it just smelled like gym, and I was like, does it always like smell this bad? And Megan was like, yeah, Sarah, that's what like it smells like when people work out. And I'm like, oh. But Megan was really sweating.
I was like embarrassed.
We didn't take an after picture.
Oh no. I like typically sweat in Orange Theory, but like that reminds me of like whenever I used to run during the day in the summer.
Yeah.
Like when I would come back and it looked like I just took a shower. Like, so I don't know if it's because like I wasn't under a fan, or if we're, cause we went to a studio that I normally don't go to, so I don't know if like the one I normally go to is just a little cooler in general.
I'd be intrigued to go back for sure, but
Yay.
I'm very nervous about my legs feeling like jello. Okay, it's like an hour later now. It's 1 o'clock and I took a shower, did some skincare, put on, I don't know how to say it, but it's from like La Roche-Posay. I don't know if it's Cicaplast. That's how I've heard it pronounced on TikTok. It's a really incredible like spa treatment for like any dry areas of skin, but I just put it all over my face today to like lock in the moisture because it's like just really dry outside. And I'm not going anywhere today, so I'm like, let's just like marinate in like some really hydrating stuff. And I have not washed my hair, hence the headband, because I'm going on a cute little date tomorrow. So I'm just like, let me wash it tomorrow so I can like style it with my Shark Flex style and just go from there. And yeah, so it's time to get back into writing. I really don't feel like it. It's the final push. I just need it to be done. Gotta sit down, buckle down, get it done. I wrote for an hour and a half. I deserve a little treat, and I think I'm gonna get a frosted coffee from Chick-fil-A. I'm feeling especially good because I worked through what I refer to as like the heavy lift of thinking that I had to do. Basically, I knew that these two areas, multimodal composition and embodied composition, were connected through the theme of awareness. And I didn't know how to concisely explain like the nuances of that or why that's valuable. And I knew that I wanted to say that multimodal composition heightens audience awareness. So if we add embodiment and embodied rhetoric and embodied composition, which are 3 different things, to multimodal composition, we can saturate that awareness. But I was missing like some logical sentences to like connect those streams of logic. So I went back to an article by Bess Fox where she does the reverse. So she aims to get students to be more aware of their bodies, and she practices principles of universal design where she asks students to design for like with audiences' bodies in mind. And she says by thinking about audiences' bodies, then they'll think about their own bodies. And I make the reverse argument and I say, with embodied rhetoric, students, and embodied composition, students are thinking about their own bodies. So therefore, with this like awareness of their bodies, they can transfer that into thinking about other people's bodies in order to design and compose more ethically, with more inclusivity, and just like more accessibly in general. But unpacking that logic was really difficult for me, and phrasing that concisely was really hard. I tried using a bunch of different metaphors, but ultimately going back and pulling that quote from another existing article is how I solved the problem for now. Hope it works for my advisor because it makes sense for me. And I just have the very end left of this to revise. Hopefully it's not too painful. 6:55, just emailed it to my advisor. It's done. I didn't even proofread the whole thing. I skimmed through it. I said I have to be done with this. And I know it's not like the end because he's gonna give me a bunch of feedback. I'm gonna have to make a bunch of changes, but this is like the beginning of the end. I remember when I was at this point with my prospectus where he told me I am a stone's throw away from the end. So, fingers crossed. Send him all the good vibes. I told him to be nice, but I hope that he is. I'm very proud of myself. and I can't wait to rot tonight and tomorrow. Good morning. I just slept 12 hours and it was incredible. What's not incredible is how long it took me to walk down the stairs because I am so sore from work theory yesterday. But I can't wait to use today just to like rest, recover from the grind, and just like continue doing some cozy activities. So first up on the list is, Pirelli is like howling right now. I have no idea why, but drinking my coffee, gonna watch a vlog or an episode of Gilmore Girls or some just easy, relatively mindless, and gonna scroll on Pinterest. Okay, it's a little after 11. Went ahead and got ready with the uniform for this week with this headband. My hair is incredibly greasy, but I'm gonna wash it later today. I'm just wearing this like full length like legging suit. I'm doing a really bad job showing it because it's like 60 degrees and just this like denim sort of like tunic over it. And I'm gonna go to Goodwill because I got a candle making kit for my birthday and I want to find some cute containers to like make candles in. I think that'll be like a really cute and like thoughtful gift for some of my friends. And I'm gonna do a little gift exchange with Megan and Joanna. And the theme of the gifts is like under $10 / thrifted items. So maybe I can find something fun for Joanna because I already have Megan's gift from a shop on Etsy. And yeah, it just feels like a fun little way, get out of the house. Maybe I will find some gems. Manifesting that. I'm trapped. Don't want to get out, go inside. So I'll just wait it out a couple minutes. Good morning. Happy Sunday. It's already like noon, but I have enjoyed a very slow morning. All that rain yesterday brought in a massive cold front. No snow, but it is very cold outside, like in the 30s again, which makes it feel like more like Christmas time. So I went to Starbucks this morning, of course, and listened to Christmas music. I realized that I did a really bad job updating some things yesterday, but I felt like I was just like in a rush, probably because our dinner reservations are at 5:30. So by the time I started getting ready, I was like, oh, this is earlier than I thought. Anyway, I can put in a clip of the outfit because I thought that it was very cute, and I can share with you guys what I found while thrifting. So first I went to Goodwill and I just got some basic stuff, nothing too extraordinary, but that's like my favorite stuff to thrift. This is just like a light gray pullover Henley. This is like my favorite color gray. I love to wear it like with my New Balances. I like this color. It's Gap. It was $5. Then I got this blue sweater, like that it has little slits on the side. It's like slightly cropped, but I really like this color, and it's like a good, I feel like, layering piece. The tag is ripped out, so I have no idea where it's from, but this was also only $5. I got this little top. It's Kendall and Kylie. I'm gonna give it to my sister Carol. She really likes sort of like little tops like this to go out in, and I feel like she likes this color. This was also $5, but I feel like this was just a cute little, I don't know, good find for Goodwill. And I found this little shell, which I've been looking for one of these to like hold my jewelry or hold stuff on my nightstand, and I just feel like it fits like the vibe of the room, you know? I don't want like a whole like seashell theme, but I feel like this was cute, really like dainty, feminine, and it was literally only 99 cents. And then I went over to the mall, Hot House Market, which is like a boutique made with like crafted stuff, but also some like vintage thrifted stuff. And I mentioned yesterday that I want to get like containers to make like candles out of for Joanna's gift. And I don't know if these are gonna work. I might just have to get them as like mugs. I don't know if they're gonna be able to like withstand the heat of like the candle wax. I need to do some research, but she's really into like thrifted stuff, and she has like really cute like vintage decor, and she's really into like food and cooking. She's teaching a class about food, so I felt like this one was really cute. It is just like a bunch of like little ingredients. It's for mushroom soup. And then this other one, which I like slightly more, is tomato soup. I don't know, this is just like so her vibe. I think that they're really cute. It's like a little set. I also think this is like a really good size mug, and she mentioned on her Instagram story that like her favorite mug recently broke and it was a perfect size, so good little replacement. The rest of the vibe for today though is just continuing on, recovering from all the writing that I did. Probably gonna take a nap at some point because it's like gray and cold, and I also want to edit this vlog. So I think it's gonna be really long. I think I have a lot of footage, filmed a whole week of my life. Let me know if you enjoyed it. Let me know what deadlines you have coming up for the end of the semester, what like big achievements you accomplished. Submitting this chapter was huge for me, as you guys know. And I'm sure in the next vlog I will keep you guys updated with feedback from my advisor and potentially other exciting updates. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye!
There's something that happens when slaves